Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Game Over here on Super Retroid. This is episode 3. We are looking at, finally, Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, a game by Sega no less on a Nintendo console. I think this is one of the first Sega games to have been put onto the Nintendo console. And it is this weird game. It's made by Sonic Team. You can tell that straight away when you start playing it because it's got all the same tropes as Sonic games. It's got cutscenes that you cannot skip. It's got stupid ring things where you have no control, and it's got sort of gliding sections. Well, you know, like sliding sections down a like skateboarding thing. You know, where you're sliding along that pole. It's got sections like that. It's got this at the start where you have 3 different games, and it's got this bullshit here. So it's basically Sonic the Hedgehog with a giant egg added on. Basically. Is that a good thing? I don't know, but anyway, I said I'd play this, so I'm going to play it, and it's a weird one. It's about basically the story is crows are taking over the land, and you have to stop them, and that is it. It's trying to be really sweet, and the place is called Morning Land. It's cute and chintzy, and it's got a lot actually in common with Super Mario Sunshine. It's got obviously different thingies per level, different what do you call them? Tasks per level. I think it's got 5 or 6. I think it's 5, and we'll find out obviously. This bit makes no sense because the alarm went off. He got up and he ran there as fast as he could. So surely this guy's a dick because he didn't set his alarm properly. He shouldn't actually be late. So anyway, these crows obviously are going to come for this little chick here. I don't know why. And we find out that Billy Hatcher is a crow basher. Yes, he's not a very nice kid. You think his mum and dad would be very, very unproud of him. But anyway, so we get taken away to Morning Land, and the game begins. Any minute now, after the loading screen. Right, how many seconds was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm good at counting. About 10 seconds, not too bad. That's just something I do. I don't know why. I'm not going to stop. I tried, but it's like a habit. It's like drugs. It's like injecting heroin, but obviously not as much fun. I would have thought. I don't know. I've never injected heroin into my anus, into my feet, or anywhere else yet. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Story. Great. All you can do is make it go a little bit faster. Oh god, does anyone care about the story in this game? Maybe the first time, but after a while you just think, okay, it's about fucking chickens. Who cares? Blah. Oh, I must I? I must find the legendary something suit. I love how he runs. Oh, that is ugh. Now that noise is something you're going to hear a lot. That it's a whiny. Anytime he struggles to push anything, he goes, and the way he jumps, his legs go up at the side. That is quite cool. I don't think I've seen that in any other game ever. I quite like his hair. I think the style of this game, it's pretty cool. It looks a little bit Sonic-esque, but it's got a nice style. I sort of like it. Everything fits into the world. It's pretty cool. It's the game itself that I think lets it down. It's just a bit by the numbers. That guy's a bit of a tool, but again, it all looks really nice. This is the GameCube, by the way. A game on the GameCube, by the way, if you hadn't known about it. Made by Sega, and you're rolling around balls, trying to stay on ledges and stuff. And they obviously took a bit of inspiration, I guess, from Super Monkey Ball, because those games. There's Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2, I think it's called. And there's one on the Game Boy Advance, probably. And I think there's a Wii edition. Those games are great. I love Super Monkey Ball. They're really difficult, though. Especially when you get into the hard levels. They are nearly impossible, I think. Well, for me, they're impossible. I always get the hiccups whenever I do these videos. For God's sake. It's the eggs. It's the bloody eggs. I've been eating eggs. No, it's not it. Yeah, so... this is one of Sega's original IP, after they obviously stopped making consoles. they had to come up with other ideas. They couldn't just rely on their franchises. So they thought this one might turn into a franchise, but sadly, this is the only Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg game that I know of. There might be others, but I can't think of any on the top of my head. If there are, somebody let me know, but it's a pretty good idea. I don't know why it didn't really take off, because it's quite a fun game, and with a bit of refinement, it could really have been a really good game. All the ideas are there, just they're not quite reached their top level in this. But anyway, whatever, talking rubbish. This game apparently is compatible with the Game Boy Advance, so I don't know what that would entail. I don't know how that would help. I guess you can use it as a controller, is that right? Not a clue. Maybe I'll do some research for the next episode. Possibly, possibly not. Okay, I will, I promise. I'll write it down. Hang on, where's my pen? Right on here. Billy, no, can't use that bit of paper. Hang on! Found myself a notepad. Right, Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher. Episode 2. Something about what? Oh, Game Boy Advance. Advance. Done. Will not forget now. I'll probably lose that bit of paper now. I won't know. Anyway, so basically the idea of this, you get a giant egg, you have to feed it fruit. It gets bigger. You can either hatch it or you can just leave it. If you hatch it, these normal eggs do nothing. There's nothing inside that I know of. The other eggs, however, there's like a red egg. Obviously, you get an animal that can breathe fire. If you hatch the blue egg, you get an animal that can breathe water. I'm not sure what the green egg does. I think you get a cap, which makes your character run a bit faster, something like that. Not entirely sure. I'm sure we'll find out over the course of the playtest. Well, if I get that far. I mean, it's not like a difficult game. It's just tricky. It's like some of the jumps are just difficult, and the movement is weird. If you want to keep hold of the egg, you sort of have to move it around with you rather than just like turning on the spot. You have to go in like a mini circle, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass. And if you leave the egg, if you stop and you're on an edge of something, and you leave the egg there, you're basically fudged. You can't get that egg back. It's tricky. That's what it is. Tricky, but it's not impossible. It's just it takes a bit of getting used to. I'm glad they didn't make the egg move. It looks like it's moving like an egg, but it doesn't like wobble all over the place like a normal egg would. It's basically like a sphere, but it's egg shaped. So it rolls like it would if it was a ball. But the animation makes it look like it's rolling like an egg, but it's just rolling in a circle of shape sort of thing. You know what I mean? So it doesn't go all over the place. So at least you know where it's going to go. There's no like, it's not like a rugby ball where you have when it bounces you have no idea where it's going to go. So something like that. Does that explain it? Good. If not, tough. Anyway, then you get these golden eggs. The first mission on every stage is you have to open the golden egg and bring the light back to the world, so basically make it morning. So you have to feed it all the fruit and then hatch it. And you hatch it with the R button, and you have to completely hold it in and then let go. The R and L button on the GameCube controller are quite weird. They are analog control, so in a racing game you can use them for like acceleration, deceleration, whatever. Acceleration and braking, rather, if you want to put it that. Deceleration sounds like acceleration, it's not really great. Acceleration, deceleration, see? You can tell the difference. But yeah, so when you depress the button, depress it, whatever, you can do one sort of control, and then if you click the button in, it can do another. So it's difficult to... When you need to be precise, it's quite difficult to know where you're holding the button to. I can't remember what game it is. I think it might be Wind Waker, where if you hold the button down and click it, it does something different. Oh, shit. Oops. Oh, what? Oh, well, I'm back where I got the golden egg. Oops. Oh, well, at least I know you can't jump off anything. Won't make that rookie mistake again. So, yeah, the GameCube controller... it feels a bit light. You don't really... It's weird. The analog stick that you use to control most things, it just feels a bit floaty. You sort of don't require any effort to push it anywhere. It might be just because I haven't used it as much, but the one on the N64, it's like you can feel it genuinely like pushing back against you, so you know exactly where you're holding the stick. On this one, it's just a bit rubbish. It feels a bit cheap. I mean, I think the N64 ones, they feel a bit cheap as well. Whereas the NES controller was built like Fort Knox, and the SNES one as well, that was a bit, not quite as robust, but still, you know, a fairly hefty controller. I do like the GameCube controller though. It's nice and it's comfortable to hold. The buttons are well shaped; they sort of fit around your fingers. It's a really good controller. Just I wish the buttons were a bit. I wish it was just the 4 buttons like you get on an Xbox 360 controller. Instead, there are 4 buttons. You've got the big A in the middle, then you've got a small little B button, and then you've got, I think it's X and Y, which are sort of curved and like banana shaped around the outside of the A button. It's very odd. Then you've also got a second analog stick, which is the C stick, and basically it's the camera controls in most games. And it's basically a take on the C buttons on the N64 controller, but as a stick rather than buttons. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Anyway, so we've woken up the first. Well, I don't even know what he's called. Did I even press record? I hope I'm recording this. Oh, I am. God for that. I really didn't know if I'd press record or not. Yeah, so this is Uma. Fuck. What? I swear they just picked letters out of a hat and gone, right, this guy's called... Right, you pick a letter O, you pick a letter M. Hey, oh, they watched Countdown. And when something weird came out, the first 3 letters on Countdown, and then they just doubled it. So it's Knob. That would have been funny. Anyway, probably not that funny. Funny for me. I think it's funny. So we've got this weird emblem thing, or as I like to call it, a shine. That's basically what we get collecting as shines. It's Super Mario Sunshine with eggs. Really? Good score. Did literally nothing. It's because I died. If you die, I think your score gets reset, which sucks. Because you don't get put back at the start of the thing. I mean, I don't really care about getting A's or S's or whatever the hell this game gives you. I'm not interested. I just want to get through it, not as quickly as possible, but as easy as possible. I think I've still got 5 lives, so no, I've got 4 lives because I died, didn't I? I don't know how you get any more. If I do get some more, that'd be good. We can continue playing, but I'm not really that bothered how long these videos last because it's a weird one. It's all really light and really happy, and it's quite cheerful, but it's a bit too cheesy, I think. I don't think it really grabs you at the heartstrings. It's a lot like Super Mario. I mean, we're going to compare it to that because this is the game that it's sort of trying to be, as well as Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog just lost it, though. I think this is better than the recent Sonic the Hedgehog games. Why they don't make another attempt at Billy Hatcher and stop making those crap Sonic the Hedgehog games. But yeah, so I think it's a bit like Super Mario Sunshine. Obviously, trying to get the sky to be brighter. That's taken straight out of Mario Sunshine. You're obviously collecting 5 things per level. And unlike those, it's 6 in Mario Sunshine, yes, so that's fairly similar. It's not just platforming, you have this weird thing in front of you, except in Mario Sunshine you have that weird thing on the back of you, so which helps you jump. Yes, I think they've obviously taken some inspiration, but you know what, if you're going to steal, why not steal from the best? Although Mario Sunshine is not the best Mario game, although I think it's quite fun. I think graphically it's probably probably the weird love child of the group, but fudge, what happened to my egg? Oh god, is it going to come back? Hey! It did. Bye. I can't explain the controls. They're just odd. Anyway, we're coming to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. There'll be plenty more Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg because it's not that difficult a game, so I think I should get pretty far in it. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time if you want to, or if you don't want to, don't. I don't care.